Hey y'all, I'm Rylan. Welcome to my channel. So June is going to be a super hectic month for me, and I'm hoping that it's mostly good. I am moving into my new apartment. I start my summer class and I leave for Hawaii all in the span of about 2 weeks. And on top of that, I am here with my reading vlog intro for our Mending Hearts book club June pick, which is Maggie Moves On by Lucy Score. So amidst the chaos of June, I will also be reading this book, which I am very excited about, but I'm also very nervous that I'm going to struggle in June with reading, and I'm hoping I can finish this one before the end of the month, but we'll see. That's my goal. I'm gonna start hopefully this week on this book, even though it's not the first yet. It's only May 30th. I'm gonna start this week at the end of the week, hopefully. That way I can spread this book out throughout the entire month, because out of all the books I want to read, this one needs to be prioritized for the book club. But regardless of all the craziness, I am here today to start my reading vlog for the June pick, which is why I am sitting here talking right now. But yeah, this is our June pick. I cannot believe I say this in almost every video, or at least I feel like I've said it in most videos recently. We're already in June. I cannot believe it. It's crazy. And this is technically it's like our 11th or 12th book club pick, but month-wise it's our 6th one since the book club launched, and I just think that's so fun, and I'm excited to get to this one. I somehow got an arc of it last year before it came out, and I don't quite know how I was able to swing that, but I was, and Forever sent me one, and I think that's so cool. So I will be reading the advanced copy. Hopefully nothing is super different between the arc and the final copy, but I guess we'll find out once I start reading it and I start hearing other people's thoughts. But I'm hoping, I feel like there's probably not any major changes in the book, in the arc versus the final copy, so fingers crossed that that is the case. But I don't know a ton about this book, as I tend to say when it comes to reading vlogs and starting new books, but this is about a house flipping sensation and YouTube star named Maggie and a landscaper whose name is Silas, and apparently he is a huge flirt. Let me just read this line for y'all really fast. The man takes flirtation to a whole new level, and he does it shirtless sometimes even pantsless. He and his service school dropout dog are impressively persistent, but she is not interested in putting down roots, not when fans tune in to watch her travel the country turning dilapidated houses into dream homes. A short-term fling, on the other hand, could fit nicely into her calendar. After all, Maggie remembers what fun is like, vaguely. As their summer gets downright steamy, Silas manages to demolish emotional walls she has spent years building, sending Maggie into a panic. He is a wrench in her carefully constructed plans. With the end of the project looming, she has a decision to make. But how can she stay when her entire career is built on moving on? I don't ever take the time hardly to read the backs of my books, but I'm very glad that I did that for y'all, because my excitement level just went from pretty high already to skyrocketed. So I am so excited for this one. I think it's going to be a blast. This will be the 4th book that I've read by Lucy Score, and everything that I've read by her has been 4 stars or higher. So I do have high hopes for this. I have high expectations just based off my previous reads from her, but we shall see. I will be annotating and tabbing this one as I have been doing every month. I've actually only been tabbing my books for the book club up until May, which was King of Wrath. I did annotate that one as well, and I think I'm going to go ahead and do the same for this one too. So hopefully there are lots of underlines and doodles throughout the book. Not that my doodles are ever very good, but it's fine. So yeah, I'll go ahead and update y'all when I get to 25%. That might be this week, it might be in the middle of the month, I don't know, we will see. But the book is almost 400 pages long. It's 390, it's actually 401 pages long. So I'll update y'all when I get to page 100. I'll give y'all a better synopsis, and we'll chat a little bit about how I'm feeling about Maggie Moves On so far. Okay, this angle is not amazing, but it's also not the worst. So I'm gonna go ahead and just roll with it. I haven't like filmed any sit down clips since vacation started. I don't know if I mentioned in my first clip that I was going on vacation in June, so I wasn't sure how well this month's book club pick was gonna go because like I didn't start the book until yesterday, but I'm on vacation. It's been a great time, but I haven't filmed anything since getting here that involved sitting down in front of a camera and talking to y'all. So I have a 6-book stack of books holding my camera and mini tripod up so I can chat with y'all right now. But as I said a couple of minutes ago, it is nearing the end of the month. It is June 26th, and I just now reached the 25% mark in Maggie Moves On, which is about 100 pages into the book. Technically, I'm on page 106, which I think is just past the 25% mark because my book, yeah, it's 100 pages. So I'm a little bit past that, but not enough for me to like have stopped in the middle of a chapter just to update y'all. But I'm here, 25%. This book is so stinking cute so far. I'm having a great time, as I tend to do with Lucy Score's books. This is about Maggie, who is a house flipping sensation. She has her own YouTube channel and is almost at 1 million subscribers. She's taking on her biggest house flipping challenge yet, and the landscaper that she hires, his name is Silas, and he is pretty much head over heels in love with her from the second their eyes meet. He is very much chasing after her. He wants her to go out on a date with him, and he's just putting on all the charm to get her to fall in love with him. She is very anti-romance, has not settled down in years. She was married for a very short period of time, no longer is, and she's determined to not settle down, just keep moving on, keep doing these house flipping shows, and she does not want to stay in one place for too long. So that's pretty much what this book is about so far. Silas just convinced her to go out with him on their very first non-date, I guess is what she's trying to call it, but she's very much falling for his charm, falling for his flirtiness, his flirtation, and so far it's really cute. I do already have some tabs in it. I'm not annotating this book like I did, I think, with King of Wrath. I'm just tabbing it. I have been reading it outside and things like that, so I haven't felt like taking the time to like underline things while I'm all sunscreeny and things like that. I just feel like that would end up making a mess in this book. So have not been doing that, but I have been tabbing and it's been really fun so far. I'm hoping to get to the 50% mark by this evening so I can update y'all again and maybe even finish the book before vacation is over. I get home on July 2nd, so the goal is to finish this book before the end of June, but if not, I'll just finish it up during the first couple of days of July and it will be fine. It is what it is. I don't really care, I guess, as long as I'm getting the book done. So that's this one so far. I will update y'all again whenever I get to 50%, but truly, I've never met a Lucy Score book that I haven't ended up enjoying, so I do have high hopes for the rest of this one. It has made me laugh and smile, and I'm already in love with Silas. So I cannot wait to see what happens between him and Maggie during the next 100 pages before I update y'all again. But yeah, I'll hit y'all back up when I get to the 200 page mark. Okay, this camera angle is certainly not perfect, but it's going to work because I'm working with what I have while on vacation. But I say finally, I did my last update like 2 days ago, but I got to the 50% mark last night and I wanted to keep going so badly, but I knew I needed to stop. That way I could update y'all at 50% before continuing on with the book. Nothing super crazy has happened yet between Maggie and Silas. I do love Silas with my whole heart. The chemistry between him and Maggie is just amazing, and I cannot wait to see more as the book continues to progress. We have such amazing side characters in this book. Silas has some really great siblings. Maggie's partner, Dean, in her house flipping business is hilarious. He is very crabby and grumpy, but I kind of love him as we've continued to go through the book and I've gotten to know him a little bit better. But overall, just a really fun time. I do expect to give this book 4 or 5 stars by the time I finish with it. I can't imagine giving a Lucy score book anything less than that. I don't give 5 stars out super often to the books I read, but this one certainly has the potential to be 5 stars for me just because I love Silas. The book is hilarious. It also touches on some very relatable themes and topics that kind of are like hitting me really hard, and it's just an overall amazing time. I don't know if I mentioned this when I first started this vlog, but I got to meet Lucy Score a couple of weeks ago in Ohio when she came to an event, and she signed my copy of Maggie Moves On. So I do have an ARC copy that I got signed from her, and it will never be leaving my possession as long as I can do so. As long as I can keep it in my possession, it will not be leaving. And it's just, it makes this whole like reading experience just a little bit more fun, like knowing that, I don't know, I met her, she signed my book, we chatted for a little bit, and she was just a really cool person to talk to in person. So there's that as well. But I'm about to go get dressed to go to the pool for a couple of hours, hoping to get to 75% by the time I leave the pool. That's just another 100 pages. I think I have like 3.5 hours left of the audiobook when I have it sped up, so hopefully I can get to page 300 in about 2 hours or so, because I will get distracted while I'm outside trying to read, but then I can do my last update before I can go back and finish the book, which I cannot wait to do. So that's this update for y'all. I'll check back in hopefully later today, but if not today, then tomorrow with my 75% update, and then it's onward to finishing the book. Even though this vlog will probably not be out, it definitely will not be out until July. Maybe I can finish the book before the end of this month, which would be spectacular. So yeah, we'll see if I can end up doing that or not. But I'll talk to y'all whenever I get to the 75% mark. Okay, this angle is certainly not the best, and I'm hoping that the audio ends up being okay. I am of course sitting outside where it is very, very windy, and it's pretty much been windy our entire trip. Also, if y'all hear the vacuum or leaf blower or something, I apologize. And also, if I was wearing this shirt in my last clip, no I wasn't. We're gonna pretend that I actually have a variety of clothing in my vacation wardrobe. So we've got 2 days left of vacation. It is June 29th, and I did get to, oh no, I did get to 75% in Maggie Moves On yesterday. I am officially on page 305 out of 401. So I'm very much getting to the end. It is literally so good still. We've hit some spice. I love Silas. I've said this in every clip so far, minus the intro, but I just think he is the best. He is most certainly one of my book boyfriends now, and I just am obsessed with him. And Maggie is also a really good character. I really enjoy getting to read from her perspective as well as Silas's, and watching them fall for each other, even though Maggie is very stubborn and says that she will never fall in love with him, nor will she ever stay in Idaho after she finishes with the house that she's renovating right now. So that's where I'm at. It's gonna get sad. I can feel it. Silas feels it. Silas knows that Maggie is eventually going to try to break things off with him. He is determined to not let that happen. He has been calling her his future wife for like a while now. He said it in a couple of comments to her, and she just doesn't react to them right now. But hopefully there's no third act breakup. There probably will be. It will probably be Maggie's fault, and it just is what it is. But I might cry a little bit, and we'll see what happens. But I've got less than 100 pages left. I have, I think, an hour and 40 minutes left on the audiobook. This is fun. Anyway, nope, it's still going. Okay. Anyway, I have an hour and 40 minutes left in my audiobook. We're just gonna suck it up and deal with the wind, and I'm hoping I can finish it. If not tonight, then tomorrow. So I'll give you all my final update whenever I do finish the book. Hopefully it will be before we hop on our plane to go back to the continental US, the mainland, but we'll see when I end up being able to update y'all. If it's not before then I'll definitely be able to do updates once I get back to my apartment in a couple of days, which I'm kind of excited about. I love vacation, but I also like miss regular life, you know, so yeah, I'll update y'all whenever I update y'all, and let's keep our fingers crossed that this wind goes away soon. Again, not the best setup, but this is a good sign, the background, because I'm still on vacation, therefore it is still June, albeit the very last day of the month, and I finished Maggie Moves On. Heck yes. So I'm here to update y'all with my final update slash wrap up. So I finished this book at like 10 o'clock last night and gave it 5 stars. I absolutely loved this one. I have read 3 or 4 of Lucy's other books and have really enjoyed all of them. This one I'm pretty sure is taking the cake. The other book that I've given 5 stars from this author was Things We Never Got Over. I feel like I'm gonna have to reread that, first of all, for the last 2 books in that little companion novel trilogy, but I feel like this one was better than Things You Never Got Over for me. I was more emotional all around throughout the book, like tearing up at times, but also laughing out loud in my room while reading this one, because the banter was just hilarious. It was so good, and I was like laughing out loud multiple times throughout this one. So here is the final tab update. Looks stunning. I kind of do wish that I had gone through and annotated as well, but I think it's probably for the best that I did not, because I definitely was able to read it faster with just tabbing versus annotating, and was able to get it done since I was kind of on a time crunch this month with just everything that life threw at me for the month of June. So that's this one done. If you like the tropes, small town, found family, furry best friend, he falls first, you should definitely pick this one up. Truly so fun. One of my favorite elements about this book, besides the cute romance, was the found family trope. Maggie opened up her home to so many people throughout this book, and it was so sweet to watch her grow and develop in that way and figure out more about who she is, in doing so with the people from this town who needed her help. So I thought that was so sweet, so fun to see, and I would definitely not complain if we ever got books someday featuring some of the side characters in their relationships. But I feel like this might be a standalone, which is kind of sad, but maybe I'll be wrong, and there will be more books coming out in a series including these characters someday, but I don't know, we'll see. So that's this book. Content warnings for this one do include loss of loved ones, divorce in the past, cheating in the past, but not between the main characters. I'm trying to remember the other things that I put on my list in my review, but I'll have a full list in the description down below. As per usual with my vlogs, I like to help those be accessible to people who like to know the content warnings before going into their books. So yay, that's this one. The June Mending Hearts book club pick is done. I have time, I think, to read one more book today, a very short book, I will say, before vacation is over. I'm about to go out to the pool and hopefully do that. But yeah, that's this one. June pick is done. Yay. I also want to add that our July pick was picked by Stasia because it's her birthday month in July, and she chose Frayed by Laura Pavlov. This is a small town sports romance, I believe, and I've read one book by the author and really loved it, so I have high hopes for this one as well. If you're not already a part of our book club and want to join us for the month of July, feel free to do so. I have our Instagram and Discord linked in the description down below. Feel free to come hang out with us. It is such a blast. But that's all that I have for y'all today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next video.